What's on fire?
My husband's bed.
Your husband's bed?
Yes, I can't move him.
A disabled man in a burning bed. Hear what an Irving police officer did to keep this call from ending tragically.
Our library system is better than any I've ever seen.
Breaking ground for a new library. Find out why it is being called state-of-the-art.
I was overwhelmed with the participation of Irving.
City and business leaders talk to lawmakers about issues affecting their hometown. We're at the Capitol, where there is a record turnout for Irving Day in Austin. Plus, the $90 million project that could come to this land. Decades after battle, a World War II veteran gets his Bronze Star, and why these seniors are doing Tai Chi. This is City Source. Dozens of people from Irving get special recognition at the state capitol. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. That report from Austin is coming up, but we begin with the groundbreaking ceremony for the South Irving Library. We found out about some of the features that will be included. Leaders are breaking ground for the new South Irving Library. The ceremonial shoveling is something Shirley Baldwin has seen before.
I've been to the openings of every library, branch library we've opened.
But for her, it never gets old.
Because to me, it's one of the most important things that's going on in our town. Our library system is better than any I've ever seen, And then now to get this new building is just, I wouldn't miss it.
For most of these kids, it's their first groundbreaking ceremony, and some are already eager for the opening.
Just check out books, that's really, and like reading them and things.
She and her classmates at St. Luke's Catholic School performed a poem. Their teacher says they will be here a lot.
I'm really excited that we are going to have a new facility here in South Irving. And it's so nice they'll be right down the street from the school.
I'm going down to the library.
Many of the features of this library were designed with the younger generation in mind.
It'll be very modern and up to date and have all the new technology that libraries need these days.
We're going to have a creative lab for teens mainly, but for anybody that wants to come in, it's going to have video, graphic, audio editing software in it.
They do more than just have books anymore, although that will always be an important part of the library, even though technology is taking over and the new generations. We're building these for our future, the kids and what they will respond to.
This is what it is expected to look like when finished. In more than 50,000 square feet, there is space for meetings, quiet reading rooms, family history research, and more. One of the first things people will notice is that this parking lot will be dug up. Geothermal wells, like those we saw going in at the West Irving Library, will go deep underground. They will use the Earth's temperature to help heat and cool the building. The wells are just one of the energy-efficient features that will be included.
In lieu of putting a lot of window blinds and shades up on the west and the south side of the building, we're going to have a glass that once it's exposed to the sunlight and heats up, will darken, and it will tint dark and block the light.
This will be our third library in 7 years. That's just amazing.
Third of a goal of 4.
The construction of the South Irving Library, along with the West Irving and Valley Ranch libraries, get the city close to its goal.
It was a 4-library plan to have really full-service libraries in each area of the city within 3 miles of most of our residents.
It's just a renewal of the whole library system.
The Central Library, right across the street, will mostly close, though some offices will remain there. The city is still considering what to do with the rest of the building.
Some of the things that has been talked about has been the Heritage Museum project that's coming forward. Some of the other uses that we're looking at are community meeting spaces.
We're implementing what the council and you as the community want.
As leaders celebrate the beginning of construction of the library, Mayor Beth Van Dyne believes it could be the project that jumpstarts development in the Heritage District.
We get the wonderful library. You're going to see young families down here. I think we really need that in this part of town. And once you get that, you're going to see the restaurants, you're going to see retail follow.
The parking lot where these people are celebrating will be ripped up any day now, and construction could be complete in May of next year. Shirley Baldwin knows she will be back for opening day.
Whatever, whenever. It's a great thing.
Watch more from that groundbreaking ceremony at youtube.com/the City of Irving. A groundbreaking could be scheduled later this year for a $90 million convention center hotel. It would be built on this property. City council members took a preliminary step in getting the project moving. The Convention and Visitors Bureau says 2 upscale brands are in the running, and an official announcement could come by summer. The hotel would include a sky bridge connecting it to the convention center and is expected to increase the number of events the center books. The lack of a hotel has blocked some opportunities.
They're not going to even consider us until that hotel's there. So we will start to see over time as we add that hotel a change in kind of some of the business patterns of the building. We will still want to have great, exciting consumer events like the gymnastics, like the Zest Fest, but you're going to start to see another factor come into play, which is really starts to drive even more economic return for the community.
More from the convention center later on City Source. We will take you to a fun event that catered to sports fans. Austin is about 3 hours away from Irving, but some in the city want state lawmakers to know that the distance is not keeping them from watching everything that happens. We traveled to the Capitol for Irving Day and found some ceremony and serious business. Outside, inside, and all around the state capitol, there is history.
I'm excited to be here.
But right now, these Irving residents are focusing more on the future.
It's an opportunity to talk to our elected officials, let them know our feelings and how it can improve life in Irving.
It's Irving Day in Austin. A delegation from Irving makes the trip every legislative session, but this time around, the group is bigger.
Well, I'm so glad so many people are here.
Inside the State House, a resolution from Representative Linda Harper Brown and read by a clerk recognized many of Irving's top qualities.
And whereas Irving's educational and cultural resources make it a fine place to live and work.
It's a resolution that brought out pride among the leaders and residents on the trip.
I'm a resident of Irving and I work for the city of Irving. It's great.
Thank you for coming here today.
We do a lot, we contribute a lot, and it's great to see, all of our representatives down there who do a wonderful job of representing us get up there and kind of talk with pride about everything that Irving does for Texas.
The city of Irving is constantly growing and striving for excellence.
It's huge. I mean, it speaks volumes for our organization.
So welcome to your capital.
Here for Irving Day are interested residents,
hoping to just kind of see how the whole legislative process works.
Small business owners,
what we do is we import chocolate from France,
and reps from some worldwide companies.
All of these tiles here are what we call active tiles, just because they're in real time.
Aya Key of Irving-based BlackBerry found out that her phone, not even on the market yet, was effective at getting lawmakers' attention.
Hey, all the legislators, I heard you have the new device. Could I see it? Can I take a peek? Can I hold it?
And once she has their attention, she can talk about legislative issues.
It's a very important city for us, an important state, and we're very happy to be here.
They are all talking about how what happens here at the Capitol can have a direct impact on their businesses.
We can come together with and advocate for the same issues and kind of just encourage the legislators to help us.
Irving is our main employee location in the state of Texas, and so we have issues around moving our people through the city to get to our different buildings and locations.
Representatives of both small businesses and large businesses on this trip say they share many of the same needs, among them having a reliable water supply and making sure their businesses are easily accessible to both customers and employees. And those are the same priorities put forth by the Chamber of Commerce and the City of Irving in their legislative agendas.
Well, I think that those are really our top issues this session, that we're going to be talking about infrastructure, which is highways and water, and then we're also talking about the education of our children.
We focused primarily on transportation, education, and we also focus on a lot of the economic development incentives.
In a very short period of time, what we're going to start is hearing bills. Now,
Representative Rafael Anchia says the state is in a better financial position this session to take action on these issues.
I'm hopeful that with our surplus and with the money that we have in the rainy day fund, we're going to be able to fund transportation infrastructure, water, and public education. Those are three things that have been either neglected or cut significantly during the last couple of years. And the nice thing is we have the money this session to be talking about these things. I'm really appreciative of the leadership of Irving on all three fronts.
Lawmakers we talked to say Irving's strong showing here at the Capitol will not be forgotten.
That allows Irving to speak with a strong voice down here in Austin. It gets our attention as lawmakers, and it lets us know that you care enough to do it.
It definitely does have an impact on the members when they see and hear the number of people that are here because of all the applause that they received today. And because of all the awards that the city has won, that always gets their attention, and they will remember the city of Irving.
And even though this event is only one day, Irving leaders will make trips here throughout the legislative session.
The various state committees are always having hearings and meetings and so forth.
We are here to make sure that our 5 legislators, our 3 state reps, and our 2 state senators who represent Irving fully understand our legislative agenda in terms of business. We're here to let the other leadership at the state capitol know that Irving is very pro-business, and we expect the state to do so as well.
To make sure that they understand how passionate we are about that, how passionate we are about it being a great place to work, how passionate we are about it being a great place to live, how important education is to us, and those are the key things that are being discussed and that we want our legislatures to understand.
So even as this day ends, Irving leaders are confident they made a lasting impression.
They know we're formidable. They know that we are a force.
And they know our issues.
It's just time well spent.
The Irving delegation also heard a presentation on the efforts to increase film and television production across the state. Candidate packets remain available for people considering running for Irving City Council. Places 1, 2, and 7 will be decided. Places 1 and 7 are single-member districts. Place 2 is at large. Now, the dates to keep in mind. The paperwork has to be turned in by March 1st. Early voting is April 29th through May 7th. Then Election Day is May 11th. The City Secretary's office can answer any election questions. That number is 972-721-2493. Spanish speakers can call 214-422-3751. Now to a remarkable call to 911. A woman said a bed was on fire and her husband is disabled, so he cannot move from it. The call became even more unusual by who responded first. Normally, firefighters do the rescuing, but this time a police officer was close by, and even without any protective fire gear, he moved to action.
Irving 911. Yes, ma'am. I got part.
It was about 2:30 in the morning.
What's on fire? My husband's bed.
We received a call over the radio from dispatch. There was a fire.
Can he get out? Joe?
He was bedridden.
We're on the way. Okay.
I was just basically around the corner, so I drove over there. I just so happened to be the first one to get there.
There should be an officer there. Yeah, here's somebody.
I said, Irving Police, is anyone here?
Irving Police. Anybody in here?
I could hear somebody inside going, yeah, I'm in here, help me, I can't move. I don't know if it's instinct or training, I just acted. I pushed open the door carefully and I couldn't see anything because the smoke was just thick and black. I couldn't see. So I got down on my hands and knees, and sure enough, I could see him. Slowly, bit by bit, we worked ourselves towards the door. When I was able to get him a little closer, I was then to the door. I was actually able to get up on my hands and knees then, and we were able to get out to the landing.
Hey guys, there's oxygen tanks in there.
The fire department showed up, and they got in there and they put the fire out quick, and even the dogs made it out. Police work is filled with a lot of adrenaline-fueled moments, but this is probably going to be one of my favorite ones because if somebody needed me and I was there and something good happened. This is what we do. We police officers, we want to come and we want to do something good. We want to help people.
Investigators believe that man was smoking in bed. Irving residents have a chance to learn how to respond in some emergencies, including natural disasters and even some terrorist attacks. The Office of Emergency Management will be offering Community Emergency Response Team classes. And as you can see in this video from past courses, the training is hands-on. The goal is for participants to help responders who could get overwhelmed if a large-scale disaster happens. The classes are March 2nd and March 9th from 8 to 5. Pre-registration and a background check are required. To sign up, email cert@cityofirving.org or call 972-721-2184. It was an honor that came decades late. A congressman presented a local veteran with a Bronze Star he earned in World War II. City Source reporter Ashley Roberts talked with him and some of those who are especially proud.
November the 12th, Lieutenant Brown was awarded the Bronze Star by the Secretary of the Army.
It's a presentation at Irving City Hall exuding honor and patriotism. A night to remember for First Lieutenant James Brown and his family.
He is my hero and was all the way.
The 95-year-old World War II United States Army veteran was surprised by Congressman Kenny Marchant with a very special honor.
The Bronze Star is for exemplary valor.
Brown has received many other medals, including the Purple Heart, but the Bronze Star makes his collection complete.
It was a wonderful evening and a very wonderful surprise to get the bronze medal.
The medal honors Brown's service in France back in 1942. The communications officer was ambushed while laying a vital telephone line across the Saar River, resulting in the loss of his left arm and 2 fingers on his right hand.
Well, after I was wounded, it was a very serious situation.
But Brown survived and moved forward with a positive outlook.
I decided then and there that there's nothing I can do to change it. I'm going to accept it as it is, do the best I can, and let everything else, the few things I couldn't do, let them go and make a life for myself, which I've done.
Wife of 67 years, Emma Ruth, has always stood by his side. She is very proud of his latest accomplishment.
I'm very thrilled that he's here to accept it because he deserved it.
And because of his exemplary service to our country, Mayor Beth Van Dyne has also officially named February 7th James Brown Day in Irving.
Oh, I think that's wonderful too. I feel like a celebrity.
The Irving couple intend to celebrate this new special occasion every year.
I feel very honored and I appreciate it very deeply.
Congressman Marchant says he and his staff have helped more than 130 veterans receive the missing medals they deserve.
It's our legacy, it's our history, and there's some urgency to it because all the veterans from World War II are approaching their 90s, and we will be losing them.
He encourages family members of World War II veterans to contact his office.
We'd love to help you with a history project or secure some medals that may have been lost or never received.
It could help close the final chapter of a veteran's bravery and service to our country. Ashley Roberts for City Source.
Still to come here on City Source, seniors learning Tai Chi. But first, Web Watch, our most popular and most talked about videos online. A lot of you were interested in seeing Griff's restaurant get torn down, and in response, our favorite friend from far away, Dragan Zek from Serbia, replied on Facebook simply, "Bye." Don't worry, Dragan, you can say hi to Griff's again when it reopens later this year with an added drive-thru. And there must be something about fast food because hundreds of you went back to 2010 to watch a report on the demolition of McDonald's in Heritage Crossing, which of course now is rebuilt. Also still attracting a lot of attention, our report on an idea to bring a signature bridge to the former site of Texas Stadium. If you missed any of those stories, links to our ICTN On Demand site and our live streaming 24/7 coverage are available at ICTN.tv. Also catch us at youtube.com/The City of Irving. We have more than 700 videos for you to watch, and we always like it when you leave us a comment. Sports fans found plenty of fun at the Irving Convention Center. Sports Radio 1310 The Ticket brought back its signature event for a second year.
Stock is an annual celebration of all things Ticket, the radio station.
It's kind of just warming up.
They will have probably 5,000 to 7,000 people over here over the course of the weekend, talking sports, getting celebrity autographs, doing all sorts of things. It's really a big fan celebration.
We have the sporting clays for archery set up out here, and we're having them shoot 5 arrows at a time, trying to hit them. It's quite challenging.
This is going to be their second year here in Irving.
Nice, spotless. It's the cleanest place I've ever been.
For us, having ticket stock here, it's another one of those great things. Obviously, it drives some weekend activity, so this event is Friday and Saturday, and that gives us a great boost going into the weekend. Because their audience is primarily local, we love that it brings a lot of Dallas-Fort Worth folks out here. They have a really strong demographic in their audience, so it brings business owners, high-profile executives into our building, gives them a chance to see the convention center, to see Irving, see it in a different light.
Here is a look at what is to come at the Convention Center. Among the highlights, March 8th through the 10th, it's the DFW Golf Show. March 16th is an event for food and wine lovers called Savor Dallas. And March 15th through 17th, sports memorabilia buffs will find a lot at the Game Day Connection Fan Fest. Find details and a full listing of public events at irvingconventioncenter.com. The Heritage Senior Center offers a lot of classes, and some really get our attention. We've shown you hula and others, and now it's time for Tai Chi. City Source reporter Chris Blake has that story.
Pivot, big ball, step out left at shoulder width, forward off left.
These are some of the moves of Tai Chi, a Chinese martial art that is now known more for its health benefits than for self-defense. Jeanette Money started to take Tai Chi simply because she was interested and to improve her balance. She goes back every week for her health.
For one thing, my blood pressure is a lot lower when I go to the doctor, and I think that's the calming effect that it has on me.
Squat down just as far as you can comfortably.
Jim McKay had a similar story to tell when he went to his doctor following a time when his schedule didn't allow him to attend class regularly.
My doctor said, "What did you do differently?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "You've done something different. Your blood pressure's up, your blood sugar's up, everything's going up." And I said, "Well, I quit Tai Chi." He says, "I'll write a prescription for you if I have to, but you have to go to Tai Chi."
Left toe kick.
And Sylvia Roberts reports that the class has helped her breathing.
I went to Colorado right after I started taking Tai Chi in July. I went in August, and I walked in a 5K there, and I could tell a big difference in my breathing. In the time that I was there, I was able to breathe, much deeper, and it really did help me.
Deep focusing breath.
This move is called wave hands like clouds, and it's part of the Yang style of Tai Chi that Annette Briggs teaches to seniors on Thursdays at Heritage Senior Center.
Now reach out through your fingertips. Stretch it out. Breathe. It's just a wonderful stress reducer. And then besides that, your balance gets a whole lot better. You work on balance, and your strength gets better, especially in the lower part of your body, your legs, because you try to stay low. It's really good for flexibility, because you move every joint in your body. Exhale.
Briggs started to teach Tai Chi about 10 years ago by her estimate at a cancer center. She now teaches several classes a week at senior centers around the Metroplex.
The reason I like to teach is because I have people to do it with. I do it by myself a lot of times, but I just love doing it with a group of people.
The class starts each week with 15 minutes of stretching, followed by Qigong, which has roots in Chinese medicine.
I call it a moving meditation because the breathing is so important, to us, to our bodies. Most people only use the top half of their lungs in America because we're all told to hold our bellies in and stand up straight.
After that, the class takes a quick break.
Is everybody aerated?
Before going into Tai Chi.
Close to cross hands, stand up, right toe kick.
All the participants say practicing Tai Chi together is key.
I think it's much better to do it with a group, because when you're doing it by yourself, you might not do it as slower. You might get in a hurry.
I've done it alone, and I get some peace from that, but I enjoy it with the group because then we share our energy.
And when they leave the class, they feel differently than when they walked in the door.
I'm mellow when I leave. I may be agitated when I come in here, but when I leave, I won't be.
I go home refreshed.
It's amazing. I do feel an inner peace and calm. I also feel like we worked out.
When you come into the class, you hardly ever think of anything going on outside. You're thinking about, where's my body? Am I breathing right? You're thinking about right here, right now. You're not worried about all that other stuff.
As residents of Irving, the attendees are thankful the city offers classes like this one.
I think it's wonderful, and I would encourage them to do it. And I think there's just a lot of people out there who would benefit from it who don't know about it.
I really appreciate this center. This is a wonderful facility, and I really appreciate everything that they offer here. So I want to support it in any way that I can.
And if her blood pressure drops while she's supporting Heritage Senior Center, Robert surely won't mind.
Stand up.
Chris Blake for City Source.
It's not often we mention city employee retirements on this show, but there is one I know you'll want to know about. Not only because he was a familiar presence in many of our stories, but also because he made such a huge difference in the city. Animal Services Manager Fred Sanderson is retiring. We have worked with him a lot over the years. Many credit him with turning animal services around. Under his leadership, the department moved into a large new facility and has helped out with national relief efforts when other shelters were threatened by natural disasters. He participated in city service projects and even tackled issues with wild pigs running loose in Irving. In addition to these large-scale efforts, there was a lot you did not see. He fosters homeless, sometimes injured animals, and I'm guessing and hoping that work will continue because the animals still need you, Fred, and we'll certainly miss you. With that, it's time for our Pets of the Week, so let's head out to the Animal Care Campus.
Thank you for joining us for this week's Pet of the Week. First up today we have Dee Dee. This is a black domestic short hair kitten. She's right around 3 months old, really fun, really active, and loves to play with her brothers and sisters. And she is available for adoption now, so please come and see her and visit with her. She will make a great playmate. This is Tucker. He's about a 2-month-old Rottweiler Retriever mix. He's very playful, very loving. He's going to make a great addition to any home and a great playmate for any family. He's available for adoption today, so come and find him and take him home today. This is Chachi. He's about a 4-year-old Chihuahua mix. He was an owner surrender because of too many animals. He's a sweet little guy, just loves to be held, loves to be loved on. He's just going to curl up on the couch with you and sit with you all day long. He's really great, and he is looking for his forever home. This is Tessa. She's about a 3 to 4-year-old black Labrador Retriever. She is really sweet, really curious, ready to play, but she's also going to be a cuddle bug. She is so sweet. She's looking for a great family that's going to love her and play with her all day long, and then somewhere she can go and curl up on the couch and just sleep all day too. Thank you for joining us for this week's Pet of the Week. If you didn't see what you were looking for today, please feel free to come by our shelter and see what we have. We have all different kinds of cats and dogs from shapes and sizes and different breeds and colors. Please come by and see us today to see if you can find your new forever pet for your loving home.
All right, Ashley, thanks a lot. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. What will it take to bring new development to Heritage Crossing? We have the findings of a consultant on the next City Source. Plus, the plans to develop 5,000 square feet of unfinished space at the Valley Ranch Library. What will be built here? We get answers. Also, some people learn what it takes to volunteer at the Animal Care Campus. Those stories and more next time on the show. Email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictid@cityofirving.org. We always like to hear from you. And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you now with crews from the city's Parks Department getting Veterans Memorial Park ready for spring. Thanks to everyone who was a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.